Pre-made meals, are they good for you or are they bad for you? That's what we're exploring today. Let's go. Hi, I'm Alex, a sports dietitian and nutritionist. Welcome to my channel. Great to have you here. Pre-made meals have risen in popularity in recent years with all these different options out there, from My Muscle Chef to U Foods to Coles Perform to Core Power Foods to this and that, Light and Ease, all the classics, frozen meals here, frozen meals there, fresh versions, all these kind of stuff, build your own kits. All these sort of things of kind of pre-made meals have been rising in popularity in recent years, and they're becoming more readily available, which begs then the question, are these things worth it? Or more specifically, are they actually good for us? Are they bad for us? Well, the truth is that they're neither good nor bad. It all depends on the context of which you use it. It all depends on the strategy behind it. And of course, it depends on the food you choose. I mean, pre-made meals, there's so many different things out there, from very optimized versions of it to very lackluster basic versions that are literally just there for a literal convenience, just meal, literally just to get something in you. But for the context of today's video, I'm going to be discussing more along the lines of the more optimized versions, the U Foods out there, the My Muscle Chefs, the this and that, those kind of high protein, healthier versions of them. I'm going to be focusing on those since they're the ones that people have been asking more about in recent times. And they're the ones that, potentially there is more of a clear-cut answer in terms of how they can apply to one's diet. So I mentioned before, it all depends on the context and the strategy behind it. And that's because a pre-made meal can be a perfectly healthy part of a diet. It can be there to help you with, eating reasonably well when maybe you don't want to cook. Maybe you're short on time. Maybe you drop the lunch on the floor and that's all over the place. You don't have anything to eat. Whatever it may be, the pre-made meal can work in this arena by helping you with something that's super quick and easy while still ticking off the box nutritionally. So all in all, I do tend to kind of move to the side of they're perfectly fine for you. And if you need to use them, it helps you hit your nutritional goals. It helps you stay consistent with your nutrition plan. Well, awesome. There's no harm in that. But on the flip side of the coin, if you're completely relying on them, but you're relying on them without intent, or you're relying on them to the detriment of your health, then that's where it can kind of become an issue. Now, because these foods are pretty nutritionally balanced, it's hard to kind of eat them and cause yourself necessarily harm from a nutritional point of view. But obviously some of them are super high in salt. Some of them are, you're not teaching the habits and behaviors that are also sustainable. So all in all, it can cause potentially some issue maybe, but more so it's more the longevity of your diet. If you're trying to put in an effort to reach a certain goal and you just rely on quick and easy meals, maybe that will just result in you not sustaining the efforts because you don't build those guardrails and the systems that are going to actually help you move from point A to point Z. In other words, it's going to work until it doesn't. And look, there are people that use these meals so often, they rely on them and they get great results, but that's because it's part of their overall plan. They know they're like, yeah, I'm not going to be prepping much meals. I'm going to be focusing on these. And then they do with what they can. They try and choose the best possible meals, hopefully, and then they go about it like that. But the way most people use these meals is they think of it as like, okay, I can use it as part of my normal diet, but then they become too reliant on them, and that can lead them to a path where they don't develop the lifestyle. They don't develop the sustainability, the guardrails, all that sort of stuff I mentioned to help move them along in the long term. But I want to focus more on the positives because really at the end of the day, for most people, they're going to use it in a reasonable fashion. And so to answer your question, no, they're not unhealthy. They can actually be a healthy part of your diet. They can help you stick to the plan. And I myself have used it with clients. I've got clients right now who we use that as an actual strategy. Having those pre-made meals, curating them, actually selecting them. I'll do that, I'll select them for them, exactly the ones that I want them to have. And then they just plug and play. They use it for those times where they know they're not going to prep, or when they need something super easy, or where they just maybe need it there to control the calories without any guesswork. And I've used that like that as well. So no, pre-made meals are not bad for you. They can be a perfectly sound part of a nutrition plan, provided that they're implemented with the right way and the right mindset. Do those two things, and generally speaking, you'll be okay. But again, I don't know your situation. I don't know the meals you're choosing. I don't know the context of it. So obviously there's some nuance here that apply some individualization. So I'm just talking generally here. And generally speaking, those pre-made meals, the healthier version, the high protein, balanced versions with veggies, all that sort of stuff in there, they're going to be perfectly fine. Nutritionally, calorie-wise, even money-wise these days, they're going to be better for you than going for a takeaway meal. Not that I'm judging you if you're going for takeaway meals or that you can't have those. I'm just saying that they can fit that part as well. So yeah, there you go. Now you know pre-made meals, they are perfectly okay. Just make sure that you're using it in the right way. Make sure you're using it there as a tool, not saying to rely on necessarily, But even then, just choose the right ones. And if you curate the right list of pre-made meals, you'll be okay. There's too much, perfectionism going on in the nutrition world. Too much, you can't have this, you can only have that, and judging yourself or judging people on what they can and can't have. The best thing you can do for yourself is lay out the foundations for a nutrition plan, diet, whatever you want to call it. Lay out the foundation that you can stay consistent with and follow a plan that works for you. Okay, do that. You're going to be better off than not even focusing on nutrition. Okay, it's about being accountable to most of the things you can when it comes to your food, not necessarily being perfect or having the most laid out diet or meal prepping everything. You're human. You want to understand that you're human. So therefore, there's going to be some areas where maybe you just need a bit of convenience. So remember that. Don't be too hard on yourself. Now, what I want to know is comment below. Okay, comment below and let me know. Do you use any of these pre-made meals? And if so, which ones have you tried and actually enjoyed? And maybe even share which ones you haven't enjoyed. Let's comment below and share as a community. And as always, hit the like button if this video is helpful and give you some new insight in terms of, well, in this case, pre-made meals. Remember to hit the like button and show it some love. Until next time, stay classy. Have a good one. See you later. Bye.